Which lads, welcome back to part 5. It's starting to get a bit chilly now. Hope you've all had a good week. Hope you enjoyed the last video. This week, engine. So this is the old Reliant engine. Now these engines started life essentially in a little fiberglass freewheeler. So look at that monster. Now Reliant produced them in their own factory in Tamworth. As time went on, people will use these for racing. Rebel Racing use them for round and roundy racing. Formula 750. Loads of people are using them as a good reliable little engine. It was a copy of a Chinese copy of a standard engine. So the Chinese copied a standard engine and then Reliant copied it back. So there it is sat in. What I've decided to do is mount the engine just to the left a little bit. So when I'm in here, you can see it's tight enough anyway, isn't it? I've got a little tiny bit more foot space. It's not going to help the passengers, but there you go, I don't care about them. And also, the prop is now running at a slight angle, which is good, because you don't want to run them too straight, otherwise the UJs freak out. So I'm going to make some little mounts for the front here. That one's going to be pretty straightforward, but this one's going to be a tiny bit more involved. So I've been using this bit of angle as a datum so far, and that's what I'm using now. So I'm angling off of there and transferring it over here. It's as though I hadn't put any weight in there at all, it just feels the same. I found though, by building hot rods, the best thing is to spring it light, put heavy shocks on. A bit of an issue with this because I'm using lever arms and they were never heavy ever.
Your art, boy! By the power of Grayskull, what the hell is that?
It's a fair cop. I'll do it again.
He was a mean old daddy, gonna dig him up as fast as I can. For one night in the town as he was leaving a bar, well, the dumb old son got hit by a car, so I never got the chance to bash in his head, 'cause the dirty old fucker was already dead. He was a mean old daddy, he was a mean old man. He was a mean old daddy, gonna dig him up as fast as I can. He was a mean old daddy.
The next job is to do the front shocks. Now, I want to use friction shocks for this, and I have some. Under here, I've got a 1925 Citroen B10. Some lovely lever arm shocks on the front. Quarter ellipticals, love them. I've got something else to show you actually. You know how much I like quarter ellipticals. But there's the old C90 Cub, chicken chaser. I might have a go at finishing this later, I don't know. Leave me a comment if you fancy seeing this thing hit the road. So, here you go. It's got a bolt missing on it, but that's going to be ideal. I'm also going to be nicking some brake parts off this, I think. There's a big arm that runs right through here, so I'm going to think about using this. And these all clamp on, so that's going to be useful. These are funny old things. The throttle's in the middle, the brakes there and the clutch there. Well, that must be pretty weird to drive. Gears all select. Yeah, it's got weird cloth UJs. Not often you see that, is it? And also, this piece here, this must have had a leather belt on it, but as the prop turns, it turns this. Oh, backwards. Some nice bits and pieces on there. That's a nice switch, I wouldn't mind using. But what I am going to be using is this petrol tank, because it's just the right size. It is absolutely full of holes, but I'm hoping the ends are good. It looks pretty cool. It's got a nice little tap underneath as well. The cab itself is pretty well rotten, but still repairable. The engine, on the other hand, she ain't so clever. It's C-solid. People have tried putting oil down there. The back axle is massive. Considering this was 10 horsepower, it's huge. It's like a transit axle. Well, I'm going to rob these parts off of it. I'm going to take the tank and take the shocks and then put the cover back on. So there she is, look at that beauty. But she's adjustable, okay? Whatever next. So I'll get that back in and we'll strip that down and have a look, see what's going on.
I gotta go on a hound dog too. The girl don't let me put hound dog do. Hit that girl on the side of the head. Baked like biscuits, sweet cornbread.
Another odd thing about Citroen, which if you're in America you won't really get, but in this country all the bolts were imperial up until about 1982, 83, and then it went all metric. Now this thing is 1925 and the bolts are all metric. It's really weird, it feels odd. 12 mil. Being French, it's an impossibility to actually do because as with all Citroens, they hide the bolts away so you can't get at them. Nothing's changed, it's loose. Nice strong bolt head. Oh. Hey, Warren! Brand new. Open heart surgery on a Citroen. Right, we'll cover up and we'll go back to the garage. There you go. Well, this is the first look. We literally haven't seen what this is going to be like. What do you reckon?
Pretty darn cool.
It's about the right size, isn't it? Come around this side. Yeah, that's exactly the right size. Then what I'll do is I'll make some snazzy brackets coming off of here.
Yep.
Got a lovely tap on it, look at that. Beautiful. It's 100 years old. Okay, so here's the shocks. So I'm going to split them down and see what's going on. Well, that was easy. That looks like I'm going to have to place some rubber on this. I don't know what it is. If anyone knows what this stuff is, if it's just normal rubber or what it is, drop me a message in the old comments below. Yay! Not a lot left of that. So the way these work is, this squeezes this outer circle onto the rubber, which squeezes it onto the inner part, and it creates friction. No rocket science there. How good they're going to be is another matter. To be honest, I think they're going to be rubbish. But, for the sake of authenticity and looking cool, I'm going to use them. Well, I found a bit of rubber. I'm just going to try it in here, see what happens. Okay, well, I'm going to fit them. I think they're going to be fun. They're going to be fun to try out anyway. I don't know if they're a Citron item. I've never seen any like this before, but they're quite cool. So if you want to see me fit them shock absorbers, you're going to have to come back next week. So make sure you hit the old subscribe button and don't forget the bell, and then you'll get a notification. And I'll be here next week. And I'm going to be doing them shock absorbers. I'm going to have some U-bolts by then, so I'm going to be doing them. And then I'm heading into brakes, and this is where it's starting to get interesting. So you don't want to miss all that, do you? Don't forget, subscribe, bell, and I'll see you back here next time. Anyway, hang loose. Thanks for watching, dudes.
Oi, this is fully Monica. I do.